talking about the problem of Nigeria. The Senate has raised the alarm that terrorists from Mali and Burkina Faso, known as Lakurawa, have invaded Kebbi, Sokoto, and Kaduna, other states in the northwest, and Niger states in the north central. The upper chamber has directed the military to work with the communities and other security agencies while urging the federal government to send an assessment team to the affected areas to eliminate the extent of damages and to determine the immediate relief needs of the affected families. The Senate observed 1 minute silence in honor of the deceased community members killed in the wake of the terrorist incursion. Resolutions of the Senate on Monday were sequel to a motion titled Urgent Need for the Federal Government to Strategize Measures to Stop the Infiltration of a Group of Violent Terrorists known as Lakurawa from entrenching themselves into some northwestern parts of Sokoto and Kebbi states. The resolution was sponsored by former Senate leader Senator Yahaya Abdullahi of the PDP and from Kebbi North, and co-sponsored by Senators Adamu Aliero of the Kebbi Central and Gaba Musa Madioki of the Kebbi North. In his presentation, Senator Abdullahi said that the Senate are aware that a group of terrorists from neighboring Burkina Faso and Mali, known as Lakurawa, has infiltrated the country through the Nigerian-Niger border at Ilala, Tangaza and Silame local government areas of Sokoto, and are from there attacking communities in Oju and Arewa local government areas in Kebbi states. Recall that this violent gangs of terrorists had raided and disposed these communities prior to the large-scale invasion of Mera, a village in Oji local government area, on November the 8th, 2024, killing more than 20 people and fleeing with their livestock, amounting to hundreds of millions of naira. In his contribution, Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Baru Jibri of the APC Kano North, said that the invasion of the terrorists is a new dimension that the Senate must help nip in the bud. On his part, former governor of Sokoto State, Senator Aminu Tambuwal of the PDP Sokoto South, who explained that this was not the first time this group is invading Nigeria. He said that in 2018, as governor of Sokoto State, they invaded where he had to cry to the federal government for intervention, and security agencies came to the rescue of the states. Senator Aleru said these terrorists are well armed with highly sophisticated weapons. This is a very serious matter on national security. They control the whole of northern Mali and now attacking Kebbi, Sokoto, Kaduna, Niger, and other states. We have to take actions on how to tame these terrorists. He said that the Senate should revisit past resolutions on terrorism and send to the presidency for immediate action. Quickly, I would love to get your thoughts, Honorable, on this issue of insecurity. We've been going back and forth about it, and it's affecting the country as it stands. But for the North, it's a thing of concern. We've had cases where some of them have fled away from their homes and are now refugees in some IDP camps. I don't know, what is your thoughts about this?
Okay, firstly, I want to send my condolences to the families that lost their people in that in this attack. Yes, terrorist attack is something that happens in every country. Most of the countries, it happens. Even we know the one that happened in Russia and this and that. But the most important thing is that Nigeria Army is the best, as recorded, the best land army in, I believe, one of the best land army in the world.
Why did you say that?
No, that is in record.
According to
and
record.
Now, yes, according to record. But one thing is not the fight of the Senate. It's the fight of the military. It's the fight of the because the Senate makes law. The executive executes the law. So we know too well that Nigeria as it stands, is a country that has so many borders. The work of our military is supposed to be for them to be at the borders, not staying in state boundaries. Most of our militaries take themselves to stay in the state boundaries. These terrorists that has entered to our country now from Mali is supposed to be attacked by our military. The presidency is supposed to unleash who have arms. Nigeria has spent money in the last administration in getting arms. And I don't think those arms has expired. Nigeria should fight, the military should fight for Nigeria. Just like what Tambuwa said. Yes, it happened. And Tambuwa raised an alarm. The presidency sent the military and security agencies to rescue them. So this one should also happen the same way. Me, I am of the opinion that the presidency should send our, not unleashing, send our military to the borders for them to fight for our country. It's our country. Nigeria is our country. Those people there in Kanu, Kebbi State and this and that, they are our people. They are Nigerians. Their livestock, taking away their livestock is also contributing hardship to the country. Because there is a saying that my people say, they say when the nose has started rushing out water, the eye will start crying. And it's happening the same way. So me, I'm of the opinion that the presidency should release our army, our security agencies, for them to go and fight for our country.
Okay, thank you very much on your thoughts about that. But I would love to hear from you, Mr. Samuel.
Thank you very much. I have to appreciate my colleague. He's very passionate about the issues, and I like that. You see, when we look at issues like this, we'll get down to the very root of it. And let's be frank about this. This Senate, this particular Senate that is doing some of these things, I will not say that they are at their best, but I will say that I like the fact that they are beginning to have the courage to tackle some of these issues head on. You see, when institutions are not strong, what we see compromises. And that compromise, before long, it becomes endemic. When it is endemic in the institutions, they become weak. The institutions will continue to grow weaker and weaker and weaker. And the administration, I always say it, President Muhammadu Buhari did a lot of damage to this country.
Why did you say that?
I will tell you. He compromised a lot of institutions. Let's look at it. When he was president, for almost that entire 8 years, we had the worst cases of terrorism in this country. Terrorists invading and compromising our national integrity, our territorial integrity, so to say, our territorial integrity. From what Boko Haram did, there is the one that they said they call them ISWAP, whatever. And then now we are saying this. See, let me tell you, because that institution, the military, have been compromised, it is the reason they are now getting weak to the point that this kind of thing is happening. See, let me tell you, it is supposed to be like something that is running on autopilot, and I'll tell you and I'll explain that. Terrorists are in. The military should have a standing order. What happened? There is a report. People are coming into the country. Immediately, the military will step in, will do something. If they are supposed to get maybe any form of approval or a resolution at the Senate to support what the military is supposed to do. As soon as they get that report, they are supposed to immediately effect a report to the Senate. The Senate will do what they have to do. If they have to get the approval of the president immediately. See, it has to work like that, like air traffic control. This one stops, this one takes over. But because because that institution has been compromised, let me tell you, the Senate too, the National Assembly is an institution. It's a democratic institution. And if let's say the hierarchy of the Senate or the National Assembly is not doing their work, and they will have to, things that they know they can handle, they will have to go and do paddy, so to say, I'm sorry about that, with the president, and not being bold enough to take initiatives that will foster growth, development of the country, and nip in the bud. I'm surprised that the senator that was reporting talked about nipping it in the bud. This is no longer being nipped in the bud. It has happened already. It has happened already. It's a decay that, just like my colleague said, it started with the military being compromised. The military is supposed to be in a position where they hear that something is happening. There is a condition already by way of policy that will serve as a bulwark against the invasion. I mean, come look at it. We are talking about Mali. We are talking about Burkina Faso. We are talking about Niger. Come on, man. I mean, in 1985, no, not 1985, sometimes when President Babangida was the president, I know when he stopped the war in Liberia. The day Babangida went to Liberia, the women, the children, they lined up singing his praises. But why are we not saying that anymore? We are supposed to be stronger now.
What do you think changed? What do you think happened?
What I think happened is that the military, the institution, have been compromised. And so under President Buhari, we saw a military under Buratai as chief of army staff. I believe my memory serves me, who was conducting himself as like the institution. He was conducting himself as if he is the institution. You know, come on. And another thing is this. They will at that time. We didn't know it would get to this point now. You see how it has grown. The decay has come in deeper. You understand? At that time, they will explain everything. They will tell us why Boko Haram members are our brothers, and why the military will have to do what they... Come on, do you know that today we have military men, Nigerian military, standing with farmers, women who are in their farms working? The military will stand, hold gun and stand. I mean, come on. That is not done anywhere in this world.
There's something I want to say. There's something I want to say. You see, when Goodluck Jonathan was the president, they complained that Goodluck Jonathan was a woman. He was not able to fight Boko Haram. That immediately Buhari enters, that he will just eliminate Boko Haram.
They give us 3 months.
Do you know that the promises of APC to this country, I will say it clearly, because I'm a PDP member, the promises of APC to this country has only brought shame to the country. I will say it anywhere and anytime. But let me tell you, they promised us 2015 that they are coming to return $1 to $1. And they failed.
Are you trying to say
that Nigeria, they are going to...
I'm going to cut you short, Honorable Churchill. This situation right now, are you trying to politicize
I'm not politicizing it. What I'm telling you is that the promises of APC to Nigeria from the beginning till now has been shame to the country. Because when you look at it,
are you trying to say that if PDP was
in
leadership, the situation would have been a different case?
Goodluck Jonathan, let me use Goodluck Jonathan. Goodluck Jonathan was there. They said Goodluck Jonathan couldn't handle the issues of Nigeria. That when Tinubu enters, that when Buhari enters, he's going to return $1 to $1. He's going to, fuel will be 45 naira. That this thing, that Boko Haram will be eliminated. Senate has not made any law concerning whomever they find that is a Boko Haram. I want to see that law. That law should be, that law, these are the things Senate should be doing. Make laws, tell us that any terrorist caught, whether a Nigerian or an outsider, stands to be eliminated. And there is the war Nigeria has with terrorists is war of finish all. This is the law we want. Then our military should go out and finish these people for us.
I want to.
We have all the ammunition to fight these people.
I want to. Talking about ammunition. We from the story. This terrorists.
They are telling us they came with sophisticated ammunition.
Sophisticated weapons.
Sophisticated that Nigeria cannot buy.
They are foreigners.
Sophisticated that Nigeria cannot buy.
That's my
as a
question.
Country.
Do you think that we are not capable enough of having as much as better weapons than they do?
That is what I am saying.
The second question. This Lakurawa group of terrorists. Do you think they are sponsored? Because who provides us weapons that they come into the country? Do you think that there's a backing behind them to invade the country and cause terror in it?
That is the point where I am saying that Nigeria the Senate should make a law telling us that it is war against terrorism. That when you see them, that the military should finish them. You understand?
Okay.
Then the military Nigeria should equip the military. We know that, yes, we have ammunition. I have said it. I know too well that President Buhari has spent a lot of money, Nigerian money, in ammunition, buying of ammunition. They should use this ammunition.
He's not the president.
No, I said he spent money.
While he's
yes.
time. Okay.
So they should use that ammunition to fight this terrorism. Terrorism has caused a lot of harm to Nigeria.
Yes.
Boko Haram has destroyed, look at our children. They kidnapped which number of children from school, and they turned most of them to Boko Haram. They came back and said they have repented Boko Haram. There is no repentance in terrorism.
Yes.
That is where Nigeria is getting it wrong. There is no repentance in terrorism. If you catch a kidnapper, River State has made law. That is what the House of Assembly did in River State. They made law that kidnapping, if you catch somebody that is a death sentence case. Nigeria should not compromise terrorism. Nigeria should see terrorism as a fight. It should be a fight to liberate the nation.
Okay, the second question I asked, who do you think are the sponsors of this terrorists?
The sponsors, they know themselves. The sponsors know themselves.
And then,
can a poor man sponsor terrorism? No. A poor man cannot sponsor terrorism.
And highly sophisticated weapons are being used.
That is the problem.
And I wanted to ask, this terrorists operating highly sophisticated weapons are allegedly trained terrorists. Does it mean that these are not regular terrorists that just invade countries and attack citizens?
Last time
Does it mean they have been they have been trained to make this operation?
Okay. Last time they were answering Boko Haram. We have so many groups now of terrorism. Now they are answering
Lakurawa.
Tomorrow they will answer Fakuruwa. Another day, everybody should see the best thing Nigeria should do is to fight terrorism as a fight to finishing. Nigeria we shouldn't compromise terrorism.
I'm surprised.
See, if you bring somebody that understands what democracy is, not believing in democracy of enriching their family. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people and for the people. Not what they are practicing in Nigeria. It's painful. What they are practicing in Nigeria is their family gets richer, their friends get richer. It's not getting to the grassroots. People are suffering.
Thank you very much, Honorable Churchill. Mr. Samuel, we've been hearing cases while that military personnel have been sent to Kebbi states and other northern states to combat this military invasion in the country. So if they have been sent, why do we keep hearing cases continuously about this? Why has it not come to an end?
That's exactly the point we are making here. That's exactly the point we are making here. To hear that terrorists are invading Nigeria and Nigerian government have sent military operatives to the area to combat terrorism, and then we continue to hear the way terrorists are ravaging communities in the north. It's sad. It is sad because that is why we have, let me tell you, recently stories of Nigeria's natural endowment in certain items, certain materials have been rife. In the north, we hear about it, and that a lot of those of these very valuable items are up there. And what do? While they are they sponsor the terrorists, maybe they train some of them, when they send them in, while the terrorists are confusing the military and confusing the government, those criminals are behind them, ravaging the Nigerian economy, mining our resources and taking them away for free. This man, the former attaché, sorry, I call him attaché, the former aide to General Sani Abacha, the man who was severally taken to tribunal, accused and all that, what's his name? Okay, but well, he opened the can of worms and said, look, what is happening in where they call Sambisa is simple, that people are mining these resources.
Yes.
They are mining these items and keep taking it away and keep giving the impression that Boko Haram and they are
this and that.
This and that. That's what is happening. Look at let's hear look at this, listen to the story. They went to Kebbi, took chased away communities, sacked entire communities, took away livestock and all that. How did they take away the livestock? Hundreds of millions of naira. How did they take away the livestock? Where do they take the livestock to? What do they do with it? Do they eat it? Of course they sell it, because livestock is money. We know. Livestock is, so what they are just doing is they are just ravaging the nation's economy. And we sit down and because we have oil.
Tomorrow they will tell us they've invaded our barrels of oil.
Thank you very much.